Hey everybody, welcome to our monthly Zoom call. This is Kayla Troutman's voice if you're listening or if you're watching the playback. Hey everybody, I'm so excited to share with you. It is the 8th of January and every second Tuesday of the month, we do a group Zoom call so you guys can see each other, you can get some extra training, and you just have another resource to plug into. So I'm gonna let Carissa introduce herself and then we're gonna do good news.
I'm Carissa Perzo, and if you love my hairdo, that me and Ashley got the same thing going on today. But I have not had wine this week yet. I mean, it's only Tuesday, but I'm trying to not have any alcohol all week with this H2 thing. So, but yeah, and Kayla, now that you just mentioned that about the two of us combining, so we're two separate organizations that come together once a month and do an awesome team call on whatever topics that you all request, or maybe there's similar conversations going on both the teams. So that's how where we come together, and the second Tuesday of every month, and can chat and train, and you guys can ask questions. So thanks for hopping on, everybody. Everyone looks so happy today.
Yay! Okay, let's hear some good news. We want to hear you guys on this call talk and share. The people that listen to the playback, there's always a ton you guys that listen to the playback because I know this time is bedtime and routines and it's a weeknight. I get it. So share with me some good news. Who's got good news?
Sarah McClanathan here. I got some good news.
All right, let's hear it, Sarah.
The H2 meals are fantastic. They're so yummy. I started making them January 1st already because I had some of the seasonings, and yum. They're all just so good so far. I'm really, really impressed.
I love it. Way to go, Sarah. Way to commit to your health and way to try it before your customers. And thank you for that. That's amazing good news. Who else has good news?
Okay, it's Miranda. I'll share something.
Hey, Miranda.
Hi. Last night I was talking to a girl who was interested in hosting a party. She's never tried Wild Tree, but has heard a lot about it. So I have her on the calendar for the end of February.
Woohoo!
Awesome job. Nice work, Miranda.
Okay, so I have a workshop, an in-home workshop that I'm doing.
Ashley.
No, you gotta say your name, Ashley.
Ashley.
Because a lot of people are listening on the phone. They don't know who's why.
I'm sorry, Ashley. So I wanted to get one more workshop to meet my quota, and I got 4 today.
Holy
cow! 4 workshops?
4 workshops ordered.
Oh, order! That's awesome.
Oh no, that would have been awesome, but just
that would have been awesome too.
That's
just
amazing.
For reach outs and everything.
Is it your house, Ashley? Like, you're hosting? Tell us the background.
Yeah, I'm doing an open house, so I wanted to get one more to get to the 500 because I already had a couple, and then I got 4 more. And
wow,
that's awesome. Yeah, you're at like almost 700, and it's January 8th.
Yeah, and Travis ordered the H2 bundle tonight.
Yay!
So.
Yeah,
that's my brother.
Good job. Thanks for sharing that, Ashley, because that's so encouraging. It's going to tie into our really quick first topic here tonight once we get there, and it's some sales ideas, some last-minute sales ideas, but you just proved the best idea is just setting a goal for yourself and going for it. So congratulations. If you're just jumping out, we're sharing good news, and I want a couple more people to share before we jump into our agenda. So who else has good news? Unmute yourself, tell us who you are.
I will share. This is Jessica.
Thanks, Jess.
Kayla already knows my good news, but I wore my awesome Wild Tree beanie to my doctor's appointment today, and the nurse or whoever was going to stab me with the needle liked my hat and asked me if I sold Wild Tree, And since I wasn't in a hurry, thankfully, to get out of there today, and I always carry catalogs with me, I was like, oh my gosh, I actually have a catalog here with me, and you're welcome to go home with it if you like. And instead of just taking it and walking out of the room, she actually sat down and started going through the catalog and started asking me some really awesome questions. And we had a really great conversation, and hopefully a future hostess.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's awesome, Jess. Thanks for sharing.
Wearing your apparel out is like big deal, I think. People are just always like, wait, what? You know? I have one, I think I wear Wild Tree almost daily.
Who else?
I'm going to say something too. I have to agree with Sarah with the H2 challenge. I mean, we're only on day 2, but the meals are like today, the stuffed peppers, like I could have licked the bowl. They were so good. And what I like too, what I'm excited about for my good news is that my husband's doing it with me, which makes it a lot easier for me to not want to open up a bag of Doritos and just sit on the couch and eat them. And it's really encouraging when I wake up and he's gone to work already and his shaker bottle's sitting there. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's drinking our shakes again, because he stopped for a really long time. So I just get really excited about that.
I'm glad Nate's not the only one that kind of gave up on me. He was doing vanilla like really good for the first 6 weeks or something, maybe even longer. And then all of a sudden he was like, peace out. I think is what I don't know. Maybe he just was like, I'd rather be chubby. A friend said that to me today. I'd rather eat pasta than worry about my swimsuit. And I get it, because I've obviously been there for the last 3 years. But I think the cool thing about the H2 is it helps our customers and us just revisit not going out to eat, simplified menu planning. It's the same tools and recipes we've had the whole time. Let's be real about what it really is. But it's phenomenal that it comes in a great box, beautiful packet. Who was impressed? Who got there so far? Raise your hand if you got it. I mean, the stickers for the bags and the one-page printout of the calendar it's done really well. And I'm sure it'll get better and better and better if it's popular and goes on. And is, maybe we'll even have future H2 kits and things. So anyway, sorry to steal that, but I'm 100% on board. I think it's a great option. It's another reason to host a party. So use that. Here's a tip for you guys this month. Use that as a reason to host Facebook or whatever, because if they have a $500 party, they can get it for free. But also it's just a great reason to host and talk about it. So if you're looking for a reason to open up your house in January, like you might want to just have an H2 info night and sample the shakes and just serve one of the meals. I know Jess Huffman's going to be doing that for one of her upcoming tastings. The lady asked if they could sample shakes and just make one of the H2 meals as their tasting, and that way people would get an idea. It's a great idea. It's no more complicated than doing taco or Italian or whatever. So awesome. Let's do one or two more good news. Unmute yourself, somebody, say who you are, and just share good news. Anyone? Come on, someone. Tina knows I'm looking at her. I'm actually looking around my tripod to see who I can call on that hasn't spoken. I'd pick on Miranda, but she already went. I'm looking. Come on, someone. Megan's on here.
This is Tina.
Schultz is on. Lori. Okay, Tina's unmuted. Go, Tina, go.
Can I just add about the H2 recipes? Yesterday's, right? The Ethiopian spiced couscous salad.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I would never make that on a day-to-day basis. Like, I would have never looked at that recipe to find and think like, ooh, I should make this, because it's not what we eat. And the dill chicken one today, they blew me out of the water. They're extremely good. Like, I was very shocked and very happy that I made them for this challenge.
Yay. Awesome. Okay, well, there you go. That's your tip number 1 from this call. So if you're a note taker, you're going to want to have 3 little sectioned off pieces. Note number 1 is the new H2 plan is awesome. So if you didn't purchase it yet, host a party and use credits if you can't afford to purchase it. But guys, the number 1 way you're going to sell this product and be successful in 19 is being a product of the product. Even if you don't want to use the whole H2 system. Someone asked me what I'm doing. Carissa did today. And I said, to be honest, I'm picking some meals and I'm getting a jump start. I've actually been trying some of them for the last 2 weeks since we got the paperwork, but I'm not doing the full H2 right now. I leave for Mexico in like 17 days. It just doesn't make sense for me. Now I'm eating healthy. I'm watching my calories and my portions and I'm working out. But my point is you don't have to maybe love all of it. Skip a meal, make something else Wild Tree, whatever. But if you can get into the H2 and experience it, you're going to be able to really market it to your customers. And I believe wholeheartedly, this is not a sales pitch. This is legit. It's an awesome solution for most of our customers. Not everybody, but a lot of our customers could fall into the category of wanting this. And we need to get way more confident in selling it at $200 and being A-okay with it. You guys, I'm not going to name companies, but you're going to be able to know which companies I'm talking about. There's certain shampoo companies that I purchase from that I buy that much in shampoo. Like, think about it. And I don't think twice about it. There's certain companies that make my eyelashes look really good. And that is $150 for one single product, $150 for one product. I know there's companies out there, I don't purchase this, but there's companies out there that sell like a weight loss 21-day cleanse or 90-day, basically meal plan with shakes only, not the other recipes and things to go with it for $300 or $400. I know there's companies out there that sell, this is an obvious one, wraps and vitamins and things like that claim to help you lose weight, fat blast, all the things. And those sets start anywhere from $150 to $500, you guys. So all I want to do is say, I think for the $185.50 an actual product that the customer gets for $199, plus you get leftover products. There are some leftover. You can make some of the meals again. This is good value. So my number one box for your training tonight, there's going to be 3 boxes, is get on board with H2. Even if you're not going to do it, just get familiar with it. Get comfortable with it, and then remind yourself all of our solutions are awesome, whether it's Make Ahead, Make Fresh, the Wild Tree Wellness Shakes, the sets, or the H2 package. All of them are phenomenal. The more you believe that and utilize them and taste some of these recipes, the more you're going to be able to share them. So that's number one. Carissa, anything you want to add on that?
No,
Okay.
I think that's great.
Perfect. Box number 2. This is a good one. Are you guys excited? Get excited. Okay. So box number 2 is what Ashley kind of alluded to without knowing, but we know you guys have goals. And in 19, we're not leaving any man behind that wants to be an entrepreneur and wants to build a business. So we've put together a Google Doc that we're going to give you access to tonight in the team pages with the recording, or tomorrow, depending how late I post it. Carissa will share tomorrow morning, but I'll get it out, the recording and a Google Doc. I was saying that not in a bad way, Carissa, just meaning the ninja stays up late. Whoever you are goes to bed early. so
Mr. Miyagi.
Yes, there we go. I can't even say it because I don't even know what we're talking about. But anyway, so the Wild Tree Ninja will share the Google Doc and the recording tonight, and then you all will have it. And the Google Doc is jam-packed. I'm going to let Carissa talk just for a few minutes on this because she's better at this. But it's jam-packed with ideas, you guys, so write a note here, for sales and growing that paycheck quickly. It's not going to alone create the biggest business, because that's going to be the last box tonight we talk about. But what this is going to do is help you close a gap if you're close to that $1,000 mark for the month. So you get that pay raise that we get each month. It's going to help you close a gap if you're going for team leader. It's going to help you coach a team member to close a gap. So there's tons of ideas on this document. We have it laid out by month, but you don't have to do it by month. Right at the top, it says, please take these ideas and know that you can do them any month you choose. These are just the suggested months that Carissa, our like #1 seller in the entire company. You guys are so lucky. She's a part of the Troutman org's partnership, so we get to hear from her, and obviously you guys in her org and in Team Believers, you get to have her as your personal mentor. She's #1 in sales in the whole company, you guys. She obviously knows what she's doing. She's tracked these things year after year. She knows a bunny hop in April and a turkey trot and a Super Bowl board. She knows those things work. So we gave you ideal times to do them with a little bit of explanation, but we did point you back to your team leader if you don't know what they are. So Carissa, do you want to talk just about, like, pick a couple of them and just give them an example, and then we'll let them look at the document themselves.
So when I first started to do these little fun things, I guess little fun incentives, it was right when I promoted to team leader. So I had Liam, and it was right around, it was November. And then, so you have that like leg of, oh, okay, I just had a baby. Like, and I still need to pull team leader numbers, and I still need to make a paycheck, and I still need all these things. And, you know, at that time, obviously I wasn't like ready to rock and roll the house and do a ton of events. So I kind of I didn't do these are not mine. Like, these are just certain things that I found from other people that in the company that have done them, and I maybe tweaked a few things or whatever. So like the turkey trot was a huge one for me, because it was a way for me to basically ask 10 to 12 people to have a catalog party while I was at home feeding a baby, changing diapers, and not getting any sleep. So for us, and I've been doing it now for the past 5 years, and it's been this, I mean, I know Kayla, the first time she did it, when I was explaining it to her, she's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this. Like, it sucks. I never have good turnout. Like, this is, you know, and then she did it, and I was like, okay, this is the plan. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to roll it out. And just trust me, you know. It's like the mega sale when Lori did that. And I'm like, when I was like, Lisa, when I was like, just told my team, just trust me, just don't worry. And they're like, okay, she's nuts. But anyway, Kayla had a really good turnout for that turkey trot. I remember her telling me it was the best one she's had. So the reason why I like these fun ideas too is because life happens. Life happens to you. I know Dawn's got her daughter's having surgery, and Craig works crazy hours, and she can't leave her house, and she can't leave as many times as she wants to. So like, what can she do? Like, I think we were talking today, or like, what's a filler party for me? Because she has 2 people that joined, that those 2 parties went away. She's like, so I can't leave. Like, what else can I do to fill in my sales to hit 4K or to hit 3K or whatever it might be? So that's where these ideas come in. What Kayla said too in the beginning is like, don't base your entire business solely on these things, but these are great to hit numbers when life happens, when all your hosts cancel and it's like the last week of the month and you're like, shit, what am I going to do? So these are just ideas. And another thing too, when we were talking on Friday, is she had mentioned freezer teaser, and I was like, what, do you do those? And she's like, no, I know some people on my team have done them, kind of like, you know, the mom and me thing that I know Tina's had a ton of success with. I was telling Kayla too, when I was trying to originally promote and keep that momentum going, I did a ton of freezer teasers in my house. The nice thing about these little fun things, it pulls people out of the woodwork that might be just sitting in your recipe club watching you, or your Facebook friends on your personal wall just watching you. So it pulls in different crowds, because you might have all these people that are like, oh, I really want to do, you know, I really want to buy, or I really want to host, but I don't know, like, I can't get 8 people, or I can't do that. So this gives them other fun ways, like the mason jar salad thing. It brings in a different crowd so that they get, like Dawn always says this, it gets people to try it. It gets people in the door to try it, and they might be a future host or a loyal customer or a possible teammate. I recruited people all the time when I was doing those freezer teasers. I was telling Kayla about that. She's like, seriously? I'm like, yeah. People are like, oh, this is fun. I want to do this. It just shows a different side of our business too, not just like we do workshops and tastings. That's all we do. So, and I don't want to get too long-winded. Is there any questions about any of it? If anyone too has like, oh, I do this, like, let us know so we can add it. We thought putting it on a Google Doc was easier because it's in one spot, and not like, oh, we got to search a bazillion posts in this group and that group or whatever. So it'll just be in one spot. You can look and see all the different ideas, and it keeps it fun for not only you, but it keeps it fun for your customers. Like, oh, this is something different. You know, like, it's like getting new workshop menus. Oh, they have new workshop menus. I have to host. So this just kind of, you know, puts some fun and excitement into your business too. Is that all right, Kayla?
That was great. Any questions on the concept? We're going to give you a document. It's going to be a live document. We'll add to it as you guys tell us other ideas you have, but it just has tons of sales focused ideas. Why am I stressing that? You're going to find out in a second, because our last box is going to be something different here tonight, but this is a very sales focused document that helps you build your business. Again, it's kind of sorted by month, but you can do lots of these things at any time. Mm-hmm. The biggest, and we need to see if anyone has a question. So if you have a question, interrupt me. The biggest thing I want to leave you with on that second box of training here tonight is that you still have to work each of these like it's a party. It's the biggest thing I'm going to tell you too about. At the very top, I typed always add a last minute Facebook party. That's like the easiest way to add a party's worth of sales in a hot second is a Facebook party, because I could invite Ashley tonight to something tomorrow night, right? It wouldn't matter, but you have to work it. I've been teaching my team that's asking me about Facebook, and I want to say this to everybody so it's on this recording. A Facebook party is not less work. It's more flexible work. A
Yes.
Facebook party is just as much work. And I needed to get my head around that this summer. You can ask Carissa. I just kind of in fall, I kind of took a break from Facebook parties. They were draining me. But I got to this point where I was like overbooking myself. I was almost treating a Facebook party like it was this, like just I could fit it in anywhere. That really isn't true. You do need to fit it in on a night that you can work it, and you need to set up the post, and you need to do it like a professional party, and it will reap the rewards. Same thing. Why am I doing on a little tangent here? Same thing with any of these ideas we give you. What I had been failing at after my first 2 years of the turkey trot was the follow-up on the back end, making sure they felt super important, and then rocking it out the next year, asking them if they wanted to do it again, and then asking them if they had a friend that maybe wanted to do it, and growing it. Again, this past fall, I had my biggest turkey trot yet, but surprisingly, not a lot of people that actually got over 100, tons of people that just wanted to get it on the turkey trot. I'm like, well, you're not really getting in on it, but whatever. So point is, it's working it like a party. Now I treat that like it's an event. So I hope that helps you, Dawn, specifically, because Carissa did say you've got some needing to be home coming up, but definitely maternity leaves, cancellations, going for a leader promote, etc. So
And that's where the bunny hop came into play. When I had Nora, I don't know if it was Nora or what, but too many kids around here. But that's when the bunny hop came in play. Like I had to fill in something else because I wasn't gonna leave with, 4 kids is a lot, and I didn't want to put that pressure on my husband and things like that. So that's kind of where that just came into play. I was like, well, I'll throw it out there, see what happens. And ironically, it's like I have a different group for that than I do for my trotters. So yeah, it's, and like Kayla said, you have to work it. Like, I know a ton of you shared it on Facebook, and you're like, well, no one wants to do it. Well, did you reach out to anyone? Did you email them? Did you message them? Did you call? Like, you can't just throw a post out and be like, okay, I'm selling $10,000 in taco seasoning this month, so.
yeah. Okay, the last box for tonight, this is actually the most important thing. I've got some notes. You're going to see me look down, so I want to hit everything. But one of the things that we're hearing most of you say is that you want more income this year, or you want to grow your business in some way. We're going to use income as our benchmark tonight for conversation purposes. But if you're not income, maybe it's you want to grow the number of families that you're helping eat organic groceries. Maybe for you, it's you want to promote, and it's not about the money, but it's about the promotion and the recognition, whatever it is. We're just going to use income tonight. But all of you pretty much shared 2 main themes that we're hearing between our 2 organizations. Health. Taking back your own health and controlling your well-being, your blood pressure, your nutrition, your fitness. We're hearing that loud and clear. H2 came out at a perfect time. Rock it out, you guys. We need to take care of ourselves first. But then the secondary thing we heard is growing businesses. So you guys know recruiting is a piece of that, right? It is a selfish thing to not offer this opportunity to people, and it's okay to let them make the decision, but it is on your shoulders to ask them. A lot of people just don't understand what it is that they could sell this to, that they could work from home, yada, yada, yada. So tonight I'm going to give you 3 pieces of what I think has created my top recruiting results. And I've actually had to revisit these myself mentally. I told Carissa this morning. I have a big goal again for myself. I don't want to have a month under 4 recruits. I had a couple of months at the end of 18 that were lower, and I kept telling myself, well, that's just because I had some big months in 18 and it's averaging out. And then I had this epiphany, why am I doing that? Why am I shortchanging myself? Why am I not saying no? Every single month I have a minimum goal for myself because it's important to my vision. So I'm going to show up every day this year, and these are the 3 pieces I'm going to put into play. They've worked for me in the past, and I hope they help you. Number 1, meeting people. Sometimes this is Wild Tree related, and sometimes it's not. Here's examples. Meeting people, Wild Tree related. Parties, vendor events, all the obvious things, right? Dawn's got a loyal customer and she drops some product off at her house. It's a great opportunity to network. She's meeting with someone. She's seeing someone. Otherwise, meaning stroller aerobics, when I joined that. Maybe you belong to a gym. Maybe you're a part of a mom's group. Maybe you are in the pickup line with the same 6 moms every single night. Like those are the kinds of otherwise places. Co-workers, tons of things, book club, all the things. That's otherwise. So meeting people. Why is this my first piece? It takes time to foster a relationship and build trust. It's up to you to get people's information and connect with them on social media. And these are going to be your strongest recruits, you guys, but it takes time. These are the people that you don't recruit. Like Dawn's not going to say to Sally in the pickup line, would you like to join my Wild Tree team? I sell taco seasoning for a living. That lady will look at her like she has lost her mind, and then she's going to tell all the other moms to stay away from that minivan because she's a nut job. I don't know if Dawn drives the minivan, but I'm just using Dawn because she's on my screen. So anyway, you guys get the gist, right? But how this could look, and if any of my stroller moms watch this recording, I love it. I went to stroller aerobics because I needed friends. But I'm never shy to share when somebody does ask me, what do you do for a living? How come you work from home, Kayla? Or how do you work from home? Tell me more. Introduce meal solutions. Just share the awesomeness of my business. And within 6 months, I added one of them to my team. And then a year later, I had 2. And now all of them buy. And it's awesome. But it never was about Wild Tree. So what I want you to hear is I'm not afraid to be loud and proud about what I do. But it comes down to meeting people. So I encourage you this year to set a goal for yourself. Be active in places that maybe scare you a little bit. Be a showcase of what we are. Be proud of your business. But you've got to foster those relationships and give that first piece time because those relationships take time, okay? The second piece is social media. So in my team page, and Carissa's likely going to take these same tips, I'm guessing, because she's amazing and she will give you guys the same content. I am sharing a Monday night social media tip for my team right now, and they don't know this yet, but the very next one that's going to get shared is going to help everybody increase their recruiting, I believe, this year. So let's quickly go through a couple of things. You don't need a link or the words join me or the words private message me for details or any of that on social media. People want to see what you do, and they want to know how you can make money from home, and can they make it too? They're actually just afraid that it's a scam of some kind or that they're going to lose money, or probably because a certain clothing line was all the rage recently and people were buying thousands of dollars of inventory and then getting burned. People are a little bit fearful about our opportunity right now, okay? And that's okay. Like, you can validate that. You can even say things in posts. Like, what I love most about this business is this is like no cost, and my husband just got whatever thanks to Wild Tree's paycheck. Like, just showing it and being real. Again, there's no link, join me now. There's no message me for info. It's just showing the tidbits of what this is. Working, and actually this is a good example because Dawn is, again, great at this. Jessica Huffman's amazing at this. Working with your kids present and showing why it's important sometimes that your kids are playing a game and you're working, but other times you're at the beach on a Wednesday when everybody else in America is at their job. Those are real life wise people want to do this. Getting paid a paycheck, and maybe like when our paychecks come here in a few weeks, maybe you do something special with that. Show that off and be proud of that. Your pictures of food, your pictures at parties, your little boomerang videos with a glass of wine at your Wild Tree party, just all the things you're working on. Maybe you're collaborating with another leader. Maybe you're collaborating with Carissa and you're having a brainstorming session. You guys, honestly, I think we're terrible at things like this. Nobody ever snaps a group picture of our call tonight, of all these people on a call, and shares that this is the community you're a part of. That's why my recruiting is higher. People want that. And if you're on my personal team, I bet you if you ask in your heart, like, why did I join? Product, yes. But part of it was Kayla made it look like something that you gravitated towards. So I really want to say, like, this is a big second piece. Social media is important. Now, figure out stories, because that's where social media is trending. You can go look it up yourself. You can go do all your own studies if you want to, because if you don't want to listen to me, I'm totally okay with that. Carissa knows I mean it. But the stories are important right now. So if you don't know what I mean when I say that, one social media post a day on your main wall and in your club is ample posting right now. They're saying don't post more than that ideally unless you need to. What you need to do is show your tidbits and things in stories. So we'll have more training coming out in our team pages. Like I said, I've got Monday tips coming from my org, but that's going to be important if you want to grow a strong social media business. That is not a Facebook party. Like a Facebook party, obviously you'd still post all in one night or whatever. that's fine. But what they're saying is when you overpost on your main wall in your group, they drop your views these days. So you want to keep your content really strong and impactful and service-based, but you want to brag on what you get to do because of this business and everything you're doing, your workouts, nutrition, your full-time day job, whatever you're doing, like you want to show it all. So it reminds them, number one, that they can join you constantly. So it's like asking people every single day to join you, but you're never saying the words join me, message me, or giving a link. That's piece number two. That was a lot of information. I'm going fast to respect your guys' time. So I know it's a lot. I'm going to come back for questions in a second. So piece number three that I think works, I know works, this is the asking people portion. So the first part's meeting people, fostering relationships. The second piece of this puzzle is the social media piece. And the third piece is asking people. And that's in person, texting, messaging, at checkout at your parties, wherever, however, whenever. I start with a compliment. I tell them why I'm asking them. And I tell them what's in it for them. So if you're taking notes, compliment, why them, what's in it for them. And then after I do that, so I'm just going to use Ashley. Ashley, hey girl, it's been a while since we talked. I know softball season ended and we just haven't talked since. I thought of you this morning because, gosh, you know, I am really looking to grow in your area with Wild Tree. You buy products constantly, and I know you've been hesitant to host because you said you didn't know a lot of people. So that's why I'm really going on a limb here. I'm actually a little uncomfortable reaching out to you, but I've been watching your Instagram stories, and you could totally do what I do. Actually, in Ashley's case, for real, she makes the best graphics ever. So that's probably what I would say to Ashley. I would say, I've been watching your graphics, and you're literally doing my job for me. Thank you, Ashley. You're amazing. You should be on my team. So here's what I need to know from you, or here's what I want to know from you. And this is the last piece, you guys. So compliment, why them, what's in it for them, and then what you're looking for. So I would say you're already doing the work. I could help you earn a paycheck on that. What I want to know from you is this something that would interest you? Let me know either way. You know, like just giving that, like, what do you need from them? I'm always confident, even if I'm nervous. I just practice a few times and then voice record it and be glad I did it because I made my reach. And I never attach to the answer. That's why I recruit, you guys. I do not overthink it. I just go from my heart. It doesn't matter if Ashley would say no and she'd say, no, you know what? I talked to my husband and, you know, we've agreed right now the kids are my focus and I do the graphics for fun, honestly, as an outlet for myself, but I just can't right now. No problem, Ashley. Thank you so much for getting back to me because this is my business. This is my full-time job. And I do want people like yourself. So if you ever change your mind, I'm here, but I'm so grateful for you as a customer. And that I bet you Ashley would agree that would not make her feel uncomfortable. She would just be like, okay, that girl asked me and obviously she's good at her job and that's what she's supposed to do. I mean, nobody's, I don't think, naive at this point that follows you on social media or whatever. They know that that's how our industry works, right? Pampered Chef, Tupperware, Avon, they've been around forever. Keep the ball in your court so you always can have control of the next step. So like, if Ashley didn't get back to me, I would probably send her a message that said something like, hey, Ashley, I do not want our relationship to get weird. I hope you totally found my message as a compliment the other night and not as a crazy Wild Tree rep trying to recruit your hiney or something like that. I mean, that's how bold I am because it works for my personality. If you don't want to say recruit your hiney, then don't say that part. Like say what's you. But then I would say, if I don't hear back from you by Friday, I'm just going to assume that right now it's off the table and we'll chat when I see you at Sally's party in March or whatever it is. I just make it not awkward. And so if that's the part you're worried about is like the, oh crap, what if I get no answer? Girl, I still act confident and I put it right back in their court. Like if I don't hear from you by Friday, I'm just going to assume this isn't your gig. It's my gig and that's okay. And I totally respect it. And I'll see you blah, 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 blah. Or I still hope we can talk about H2 in February after taxes or whatever the last conversation was you had with them. And the last thing I want you guys to take away from this section is you guys can tell I'm uber passionate about this. This is my favorite part of the business. There is no right way to share this business. Anybody I've ever shared it with, I'm glad I shared it. Well, maybe there's a few duds in there, but most of the time, everybody I've ever shared it with, I'm glad I shared it with because I do really share from my heart. And if you got to hear the conversations that Carissa and I have during the day, there is no doubt that we have passion and fire for what we do. So all we're training you to do tonight is take that, harness it, get over the fear factor, and go out and talk to people. It can't just be that you send messages about the business. It can't just be that you wait for your hostesses to join you at parties and you can't just talk about it on social media. Like there is the need for all three pieces. So I really want to encourage you to take these and use them. Carissa, what do you want to add?
Did you just hear Nora? Mom.
No, I didn't hear.
No, I love it, and you're awesome at this piece. So I think the biggest thing too that you're saying is that I liked what you just said about the asking, like everywhere, like Jess Huffman today with talking to that, being at the doctor's office and just talking about Wild Tree, and just, you know, you go to the bank or you go to pickup line or wherever you're at, and just talk about it. And I think that's really important, because sometimes we hide behind screens and we only share it there versus really like being in person at your parties and asking people, like not like, oh yeah, she seemed interested, but I'll just ask her when I follow up in the email, you know?
Okay, question and answer time, and then leaders, we're going to jump on for 15 minutes, but I will respect and keep it to 9:30. But I want to give this group, because I think this was a very jam-packed call. Do you guys agree? Wait, hold on. Wait till I can see all of you. I got to put you all up behind my tripod here. Okay, whoever I can see. Was this a good call? Was there good content? Did everybody take something away? Shake your head yes if so. I'm pulling the audience. Tina, that is not convincing. Okay. Thank you, Jess Huffman, for giving me a big shake. Miranda, yes. Okay, Megan, yes. Okay, good. Hey, friends. I just want to make sure if I'm coming to you on the second Tuesday, and Carissa, we do talk about these. We take these calls serious. I drive to Appleton and leave my laptop there. That's how serious I take these calls, and then have to drive back on Friday. Don't ask. Don't even ask about the laptop. Anyway, point is, we get together and we network on these agendas, and we want you guys to find the content valuable. So if you have any requests for February or March, at this point, we do not have an agenda created. So if you have something you want covered, we would love to cover it for you. But who has questions about tonight's call? I love seeing all of you on. I'm so proud of you guys. Thanks for investing in your businesses, each of you, seriously. Anyone? Otherwise, I have two final thoughts I'll give you, but I'd rather hear from you guys. Okay, the first final thought is, Carissa and I were talking today about, we're both training at Rise coming up, so we won't tell you what we're talking about. But one of the pieces that we kept saying is like, how do you get through the tough days? How have we made it 5 years and 7 years in this business? How did we work full time and do this? Because many of you do that. Babies, I almost got divorced. It's no secret. So I'm just going to say it like it is. I mean, I filed for a divorce in the middle of this business. Lots of crazy things, right? So how did we do it? And honestly, Carissa said it best today in these words. I want you to write this down if you're a note taker. We just show up every day. Showing up some days is Nora on her desk eating chapstick or whatever she's got going on, and we're literally talking over mom, 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 which is so like funny now because now I'm getting so good at it. I don't even hear Nora talking anymore. It might be I'm doing a training call with Jess Huffman, and it isn't perfect because Macaulay needs fruit snacks and a diaper change and this and that. But like, we show up, we do the best we can, we ask for grace. So my message for you tonight is show up to your business. Be you, and you can't be nervous when your heart is on service. This is what our theme in February of last year was for the call. And it's so funny that I saw it today pop up in my notes. And I thought it actually goes right along with the sales ideas we're giving you and the recruiting ideas. You can't be nervous when your heart is on service. And I believe if you want to win this year, you've got to be bolder and braver, but you don't have to do it from like a spammy place. Do it from a place of like, I want to be as big as Amazon. Bitches. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That was just my bad sense of humor. Okay, some people are laughing, so that's good. Checking, Dawn's not laughing. She's like, I want to kill her. Thank God she's not my roommate in Nashville. Anyway, okay. Carissa, you better close us up because I just wrecked this call by the last 3 seconds. You're muted. You're muted. Wait, we can't hear you.
All I can hear is Nora.
But,
okay. No, I think you wrapped it up good. Like, there's, well, minus the Amazon, bitches, but I mean, that's just your humor.
Okay, well, I'm going to end this call, everybody, and kick everybody off so we can talk to our leaders for just 15 minutes. I have a little bit of training for them too. Mental note, another reason you want to get to leadership, these extra little cool tidbits. But God's blessings to all of you this week and this month. Go rock your businesses. any of you need any help at all, please reach out. If any of the ideas we shared are confusing, let us know, but we'll get you this recording and the Google Doc of all the sales ideas tonight or first thing in the morning in our team pages, okay? Good? All right. Thank you guys so much for jumping on. I'm so grateful for you guys.